Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you a very early look at a Strand build I made. It's only day 2, but I managed to buy all the available fragments so we can start making some builds. For those who just care about copying the build and are not interested in my explanation, with the new loadout system we can actually show the build with this preview real quick. So I'm just gonna go over it. If you want you can just copy it. That said though, I would suggest actually watching the video so you can know why I'm using certain things. I explain quite a few things and some like interesting interactions, especially the new like subclass verbs. First of all, let's start from the subclass. I would say use the Rally Barricade simply because it has a lower cooldown and you want to spam it as often as possible. Jump, that's preference, I use strafe jump. You don't have options on your melee, and your melee isn't very powerful, unfortunately. Regarding the grenade, that's probably the most important part, because sure, the grappling hook is very fun. I wouldn't really suggest it though if you actually want to try to make a powerful build. I feel like the most powerful grenade is the suspend grenade. It's really strong. It suspends enemies for like 7 or 8 seconds and they just don't fight back. So this is like one of the core parts of the build. Regarding the aspects, you only have 2. Into the Fray gives Woven's Mail to you and your allies when you destroy a tangle or when you cast your super. As you can see, when I kill something affected by Strand, I create a tangle. If I shoot the tangle, I get Woven's Mail. While you have Woven's Mail, your melee regeneration is increased. Now, the melee regeneration part is not very noticeable and not very important, but Woven's Mail is actually a 60% stackable damage resistance, which is the highest source of damage resistance we've ever had in the game. So this is kind of broken. This is definitely like super strong. You can kind of play support with it. The Ranger's Lash, when you activate your class ability, you create like a wave in front of your barricade and it suspends targets. This is also very strong. Suspending is just the best thing about Strand. Regarding like end game. The fragments, we have 6 of them available. I feel like the best ones for this build will be this one, Thread of Mind. Defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. It actually gives you like around 25 or 30% of your class ability back every kill on a suspended target, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And this really helps offsetting the nerf to Earth of Inmost. The nerf to Earth of Inmost was mainly regarding the class ability regen. So this really allows you to still use oil almost at full potential. The other one I'm using is damaging targets with a tangle grants melee energy. There isn't really a reason for this, you can probably change this one, but you're using tangles a lot, so I guess some more melee energy can't hurt. Thread of Ascent, activating a grenade ability reloads your equipped weapons and grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling for a short duration. You don't really care about the handling and airborne effectiveness, but the reload on like grenade throw is very strong. It has around like a 3 seconds cooldown or 2 seconds, same as Demolitionist anyways, so you can just reload your weapon by using the grapple or throwing the grenade. Thread of Warding, picking up an Orb of Power grants Woven's Mail. That's also like incredibly strong because as I said, Woven's Mail is a 60% damage resist. Now this one is only for you, it's not for your teammates, but still incredibly strong. The other 2 fragments I don't think are really worth using on Titan. Finishers creates Threadlings. I'm not building into Threadlings, that's more of like a Warlock fragment I feel like. This other one though, defeating suspended targets with precision final blows creates an Orb of Power. This one is very interesting. Honestly, you may use this one instead of Thread of Fury. You definitely may use this one. Regarding my weapons, I'm gonna be using mainly Void weapons simply because the artifact mods this season are very strong with Void. You have a volatile flow on your Void weapons whenever you pick up an Orb of Power, even if you aren't on a Void subclass, so that's very strong. You have this other mod that gives you like a chance of getting heavy bricks when you kill with a Void weapon. It also can give heavy to teammates, so like very strong. Okay, regarding my armor mods, since I say that we're gonna be using Void weapons mainly, I have a Void Siphon on to make orbs. EVM Scout, that's actually a new mod. Basically, what this does is whenever you get a Finder brick, it also creates a brick for your teammates. So if you play with a team, that's very strong. EVM Finder, then just stats mods. I have Artifice Armor. You don't need to have Artifice Armor. It just allows you to have like better stats. I managed to get to full resilience, full discipline and 80 strength, which is pretty good. You can maybe reduce your strength a bit and get a bit more recovery since you don't have healing sources here. Or you can also use like a weapon that does some healing. I'm not using it right now, but you have freedom on that. Regarding your gloves, since the oil nerf made your class ability like slower to recharge mainly, I suggest to have 2 bolstering detonation, class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade, 1 impacting dash on, grenade energy when you hit something with a melee. On your chest piece, if you're gonna run a stat mods, unfortunately you can't run 3 concussive dampeners, which are pretty good. You're not gonna run like harmonic resistance because nothing does strand damage in the game. So I feel like the best thing is to run the stat mod, one concussive dampener, and then 2 elemental resistances depending on whatever damage is mostly relevant in the activity. Obviously you can swap to like a reserve chest piece before rally flags, that's always something you can do. On your boots, you kinda have to use the new Font of Might. It's by far the best mod. It's basically permanent if you keep picking up orbs. It has a lot of uptime. It's not related to your subclass, so you can have it on every element. The way I'm doing it is putting 1 kinetic and 2 void ones. The way the new font works is, depending on how many mods you have, you get a different damage buff. 1 mod is 10%, 2 mods is 17%, 3 mods is 22%. Like this, you're basically gonna have like a 17% void buff when you have armor charge and a 10% kinetic buff. So I think that's the best balance you can do. On your class item, I have double bomber to get my grenade better, like faster. I have 1 distribution because I had some energy to spare. Maybe I could try like double distribution. I'm not sure which one is better. I haven't tested though, to be honest. You can kind of mess with this, like, and up to preference. Weapons right now I'm using Widow Horde and Unforgiven with Demolitionist Tricorn. Again, I like using weapons with Demolitionist. I want to have my grenade back faster. Machine Gun, Demolitionist, Adrenaline Junkie. You can use the weapons you want. You don't even need to use Void weapons. I just think like it's very strong to use Void weapons with those artifact mods. You can also use Arbalest, you can also use Izanagi. If there is a boss encounter, you can definitely use a rocket. You can actually also use this machine gun here, Retrofit Escapade, 4 times target lock. It's up to you. You can use Eager Edge if you're just like skating around. Really up to you. Now that we explained the basic of the builds, I'm gonna show some footage of the build in action and I'm gonna give some tips and tricks. So first of all, the way Suspend works is it blocks enemies for around 8 seconds. The thing is, you can actually refresh this cooldown. As you can see here, if after like 5 seconds I throw a Suspend grenade, it extends the amount of time they are suspended. You can basically keep things suspended forever if you keep chaining your like class ability and your Suspend grenade, which is very strong. You can also suspend champions, even if they aren't unstoppable. The only thing you can suspend are bosses, so this is a very strong ability. It's way better than freezing in my opinion, in PvE. Going a bit more in depth into the way Woven's Mail works. Whenever you have a tangle, for you to get Woven's Mail and for your teammates to get it too, you need to be on the range of the explosion, which is around 11 meters or 12 meters away from it. Even slightly outside of the range works. Anyways, as you can see, the tangle will pulse 3 times after destroyed. So if you don't get Woven's Mail like on your first attempt, you can literally just get closer and get it again. As you can see, like I'm shooting it, I'm not getting it, but I can just enter the radius in the final pulse and then I have Woven's Mail for 10 seconds. Then another thing you can do with the tangles is actually throw it at teammates that are far away so that they can get it. Now let me kill this Cyclope real quick. Okay, I made a tangle. So if I want to give Woven's Mail to my teammates that for any reason are like sitting in a Wall of Radiance and like doing damage, I can just throw the tangle at them. And as you can see, they get Woven's Mail. And again, it pulses 3 times, so you can enter the radius and get it too. This is very cool. It gives you like so many possibilities of like sort of like covering a support role on Titan. I can stun unstoppable champions with Suspend. I don't need to stun barriers because I can keep them suspended forever, which I'm not sure if it's intended, but it is definitely kinda broken. So yeah, we don't need anti-barrier at all. I'm minus 50 as I said, so like things worth really, like a lot. But as long as I keep Woven's Mail up, like it will be fine. The damage resistance is very good. As you can see, I got melee like 2 times, I didn't really die. Okay, now there are too many snipers at top. Gotta get rid of those. Not having an healing source. Let's just get Woven's Mail and then we can go at top. Pretty safely. Nice. Look, I'm just not taking much damage, really. Let's get Woven's Mail by getting close to this thing. Cool, now we can go up. Let's suspend the snipers. Kill the one that's not suspended. Okay, we did clear most things. Oh, it was risky. I did not see this guy. It's all good. Okay. Let's do this. As soon as this suspend is about to end, I can use another suspend. That's kind of the trick, as you can see. And then I should probably have a grenade back by the end of it, in case I need it. Not that I do. So yeah, barrier champions get like trivialized by this here. Let's suspend everything. Some Widow Horde left and right. You can use the mid on the suspended targets, it's probably your best bet. But women's mail again. When you're in trouble, just suspend the whole map with one grenade. And the trouble goes away. Then you suspend them again. And you throw a tangle. You can go in melee range, you're fine. And you suspend them again. Not dying to physic damage anymore is very cool. That was a nice change. Going pretty well so far. Remember, we're at minus 50 in this lost sector. Also, little random tip, but try not to use Chill Clip Riptide with this build, because if you freeze a target, they lose suspend. So you don't want to freeze target with this build. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. Random note. I didn't want to pop here, but I was not expecting those enemies behind. The super is very tanky, like when you have it, you're most likely fine. Let's get women's mail. Got it. Perfect. Very important to keep it up. Okay, now we can make a play. I need to get women's mail before I engage again. There it is. Now we can go more aggressive. You feel like a raid boss with this damage resistance, it's so crazy. It's about to end, so let's slow it down a second. Suspend those targets here. We can get it again here. Unfortunately, Widow Horde doesn't really like work when they get suspended all the time. It depends on the enemy, it depends how high they go. It doesn't synergize too well. Maybe Striga could be like a better pick. It really depends on the scenario, I guess. And yeah, having something for healing definitely wouldn't hurt. I'm running out of machine gun. I'm getting kind of unlucky with my ammo drops, honestly. You're in trouble, just suspend everything. Women's mail. Please, I got it. I got it. I was in trouble otherwise there. We got some heavy, nice. Perfect. Getting really plenty of special. Double special is so strong. We can just bake this barrier with suspend. Completely ignoring the mechanic. It's actually a very strong super. Like, it's a roaming super. And I'm still not too happy Titans have a roaming super, but I cannot lie, it is very, very strong. Like, I'm not saying other classes can't do this, but this is still like a pretty fun build and like, it's definitely effective. Can't say it's not effective, really. You can stun champions like back to back also, they don't have a cooldown for this, like you see, you can just keep stunning them, which is crazy. Something you weren't really able to do before. It changes the way you approach champions, like, completely. Look, this one is dead. Now I don't want to approach because I don't have woman mail, so I will be in trouble. Yeah, I need to get woman mail here. If I don't want to be like in serious trouble. It's so satisfying to suspend the whole group. Yeah, definitely need to change Widow Horde, not synergizing as I thought. Yeah, Striga will do. I think like dot damage is what you're looking for here. Right? You want things to like do damage for you while you're suspending everything. Literally making fun of these champions right now. If I get pushed, I can stun again. Huge. I wanna get this tangle for the damage resist. Perfect. The tangle is also good at destroying those like shield generators that the Shadow Legion creates. Perfect. If I can remove Alfid's health, I can definitely finish off the kill with my super. The super is probably not that much superior to weapons in like normal content, but when you're severely under leveled, the numbers like differ a bit. Look at the class ability energy, like how much you get back. It's crazy. Like I have it back. I can probably get the kill. I'm gonna try. No reason to try to suspend, obviously. Probably harder to use this on controller. I don't really have much ammo, but my kit should be enough. Nice, GG. Solo flawless minus 50, legend, lost sector with Strand.